Probably about a 6-foot-long fish, very common this time of year.
And these guys are so cunning. He's seen that many lures and hooks and flies.
That is sport fishing action at its absolute best.
That is a cracker. Look at it. Oh!
Today's show takes us to the Shoalhaven in southern New South Wales, an area well known for its excellent fishing opportunities. We start our adventure at Jervis Bay Marine Park, only half an hour's drive out of Nowra. Jervis Bay Marine Park is a multiple-use park aimed at protecting marine diversity. It's a beautiful, natural area with some amazing marine life. Anglers need to be aware that they are prohibited from fishing in allocated sanctuary zones, which currently account for 20% of the marine park.
We've come out to Jervis Bay and have a look at the weather. It's absolutely beautiful. And what I'm going to do is have a crack at some snapper on soft plastics. Now, I've covered that a little bit before, but it's so much fun I'd like to go into a bit more detail. I'm fishing with Luke DeVille, one of the locals, and what we're looking for is patches of gravel amongst the reed and reef and other stuff like that, because that's where the snapper hang out. So with a little bit of luck, we can catch a couple for you.
The technique is simple. Cast out your soft plastic lure, let it sink down towards the bottom, raise your rod tip, pick up the slack, and repeat this until you're ready for another cast. But position is the real key. You have to find the fish.
Yeah, a little bloke here, mate.
Yeah, get him up.
Nice little pan size.
Yeah, they're a pretty fish, and how about the backdrop behind us? It's a beautiful spot, but we're hoping for something a bit bigger than this, yeah?
Yeah, that's the average size we get down here, but we definitely do get a lot of bigger ones. And a lot of ones you actually can't land, so...
Yeah, well, that's what we're hoping we can hook a big one and actually land it. But what always amazes me about snapper is traditionally they've got that mouth that crunches on shellfish and crustaceans, and people have always fished with bait, but the fact that they'll smack a lure, even in clear water like that, that's pretty amazing stuff. So hopefully we can show you that the big ones will do it too. To go there, mate.
Might be time to go. The leather jackets have definitely moved in here.
Yeah, same here.
Becoming a little bit expensive now.
The leather jackets take a little nip out of your lure, and they're the bane of a lure fisherman, especially a soft plastic fisher person's existence, because they just chew them up. You can hardly feel them. They just wreck so much good gear. It started out like that. That's what it should look like. And it ended up like that. And I got a handful of them, the same. We're out of here.
I think so. We're going to move on to another spot.
Spot B, mate. Let's go.
Luke had to head off, but was keenly replaced by his good friend John Olsen. We continued casting plastics, this time in deeper, open water.
Flatties, when you get a bite, they just about always come back for a second bite. I just got to tap then. Oh, there he is. Got him. They're not record-breaking flatties, but they're good fun, especially on a day like today when it's a bit calm and the snapper are just a bit shy at the moment. I'm sure we'll catch some later in the day. He's got another bloke with him. Look at them, two together. Let's see if I can stir them up. That's how keen they are. They often do that. That second flathead is waiting for something to come out of that hook flathead's mouth, because when they fight, they often regurgitate a pilchard or whatever else they've been eating. He's actually a little bit small, this guy. The way to handle him is a wet rag. Just grab them like that. If you cover their eyes too, that calms them down a bit. You can get the hook out nice and easy. Away we go. And get the fish back into the water. Bloody.
Fishing with this technique can produce an interesting bycatch.
Fishing's all about making the most of the opportunities, and a squid has just followed up the softie, and he's inking everywhere. They're going to be careful not to get this new boat dirty. And as soon as you put that squid jig in behind the softie, you're pretty much guaranteed of getting one. What I do with these squid, you got to keep the tension on them. That's why I'm swimming him around like that. And then what you do, you got to get a little bit of a lead on him. He's only a small one. And then I got him around the back of the head like that. These ones, the southern calamari with the full wings, not just a short arrow tail, are great eating, and they don't tend to really try and bite you too much. The arrow squid, which have just got the arrow tail, will wrap their arms around you and give you a bit of a rasp. But these guys are pretty user-friendly, really good eating, but I'm going to save him for a bait because you never know when you need a fresh squid in a place like this. Great spot for kingies and jewies, so I'm going to hold on to them.
Jervis Bay has lots of different habitats, supporting a wide range of fish, so anglers are really spoilt for choice. But there's plenty of other things to do when you're not fishing. If you like kayaking, you'll find the bay's ideal for a paddle, and the crew from Jervis Bay Kayaks will help you out. If you have the family with you, a dolphin cruise aboard Dolphin Explorer Cruises will highlight the bay's resident dolphin pods. Jervis Bay is a special place. The whole family will appreciate its beauty. Use it today with tomorrow in mind. Back on the water, and we were on the hunt again for snapper on lures. Late afternoon was as good as early morning. In fact, as things turned out, it was better.
Oh, I think we're on some better fish here now. There's a double hook up. You still on, John?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this feels like a ready.
Yeah, this feels like a better snapper. That sunset there, when the golden light comes out like that, that's classically snapper time. Oh, this is an okay sort of fish. I'm guessing well over a kilo. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's that lovely fish. Not huge, but well over the legal limit, you know. Some guys were just burling here a minute ago, and they've gone home with hardly any fish. And it happens time and time again. These plastics are really revolutionising the way you catch snapper. I mean, that's a beautiful fish. John, you drop yours?
No, he's here.
Oh, bring him up, mate. Let's have a look at this. Double whammo, and I'm really liking, mate. Oh, got him there. Look at that. Some beautiful snapper. I mean, you got to be happy with those. I mean, look at the spots on them. Yeah, they really love those lures there. Seem to be really the ones to go for those storms in that particular colour with a twin tail. Really rock on the snapper. Time and time again. I told you that worked good, and yours is gone. Look,
I still get it.
You got it? Save that, mate. We haven't got many left. I shouldn't be telling everyone. That's a bit of a secret around here at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to keep one of these. They're beautiful eating. You want another one there, John?
Yeah, another little one, Rob, about the same size, I think.
I can't resist, mate. When there's one, there's more. They're real schooling fish, and you know, you'd think it would be hard to catch snapper on lure, but honestly, they're as easy as flathead when you get onto them.
Yeah,
they really come back to the lure time and time again. You'll get one bang in it, and then some more, and the hit is really snapperish. It really sort of pulls line off. It's unmistakable, isn't it?
Yeah, really
Although we
when
did,
I hit it. He's a little bit smaller.
He's a little bit smaller. Still a lovely fish, and great fun, eh? You know, just to sort of drift around in the bay and have a bit of fun like that. And
When you brim gear.
I just think it's the next big thing, really. I know it's not. I know people have been catching snapper on plastics for years, but it's just coming along in leaps and bounds, isn't it?
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, so this is another snapper, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's starting to come easy now. Let's see when he sees the boat. I'm pretty sure it's already. It's a whole different ball game than using a big snapper lead and 2 plastics on that. You're using a little brim stick, a 3 kilo stick, and a little lure, and you're flicking out and you're working your lure. He's not a big fish, but he's another snapper. We must have caught a dozen of these by now.
The dramatic rocky coastline around Jervis Bay produces some amazing fishing action. But as we all know, rock fishing can be very dangerous. Now, assuming you've checked the weather and ocean conditions are okay before you leave, some of the other dangers can be addressed by taking a few precautions.
The first thing you got to do is never fish alone, always fish with company. Let someone know where you're going and when you're going to be back. I'm fishing with Wes and John. You guys can swim, can't you? I hope so. Let's go.
Of course, if you can't swim, you shouldn't go rock fishing. Don't risk it. Before you fish, you should stop and watch your potential fishing spot for a while from a safe viewpoint. Discuss the best escape routes and safest fishing spots with your mates.
Well, probably better off fishing inside here today, I think.
Yeah, this deeper spot looks a lot safer.
A little bit safer.
Yeah, and it's obviously high and dry. You can get up here if a big wave comes in.
Around the back there.
I noticed some rod holders there.
Yeah, a bit of live baiting off the rocks they do here. Get a few kingfish, salmon, tailor.
Once you're convinced things are okay, set up a camp in a high, dry spot. You'll want to fish in and around whitewashed areas. The surging waves and whitewater tend to move a lot of bait around. These areas are rough water areas. Remember, never turn your back on the water and keep an eye on upcoming waves so you can retreat if necessary.
Three of the rules of drummer fishing. Early in the morning and late in the evening is generally pretty good. A rising tide definitely helps, but most important of all is burley. Now what we've got here is bread mulched up in the juice of what we're using for bait. So there's abalone gut juice and prawn juice and all sorts of goodies in there. And the thing about the bread is that when you mulch it up, it disperses in that wash really finely, so it gives them a sniff, but it doesn't fill up their bellies, which is absolutely perfect when you're trying to attract a bite. We're finally onto a drummer here. We've got him clear of the rocks, but our problem is getting him up onto the rocks. I've only got a small blackfish hook on that. So where's Murphy down there? He's got the net ready. I'm just going to have to swim him in just as the wave comes up. Get in! Yes, we got him. Good man. Mate, that wasn't exactly textbook technique, but we got our drummer. John, let's get him over here and have a closer look at him. Oh, nice fish. And they are really strong fish. And we've worked hard to catch him, and I'm pretty happy. I mean, you generally can catch them that size, maybe bigger, but some days are hard, and today's been hard, but we finally got one. Well done. Now, good eating fish?
Great eating fish, yeah. Nice white flesh. Just cooked on the barbecue or in the oven. Beautiful.
And in your experience, mate, do they come any tougher fighter than these?
One of the toughest, I reckon. Yeah, definitely. Pound for pound, look at the tail on them. Big tail.
Yep. And there's that herbivorous mouth there. That's why baits like bread and weed and things like that work so well. You can see he's got those grazing teeth across the top there. They're like a supercharged blackfish, really. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think we're going to keep this guy.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to try a bit of fresh drummer. Fantastic stuff. Well done there, John.
Yeah, we got a little blackfish.
Well done, mate. Well done. On the cabbage.
Yeah, just a nice chunk of cabbage.
Swing him up if you can. They're brilliant fighters, aren't they?
Yeah.
They tend to get bigger ones off the rocks too, eh?
Definitely.
Just swing him up now. You're going to be right to lift him?
Yeah, I've got a 10-pound leader, so I should...
The water was very clear, which made the fishing tough. Drummer and rock blackfish like rough conditions. Time to try a new location, but before leaving, we all have a responsibility to clean the area we've fished. Leave the rocks as you've found them. This new spot near Caves Beach was safer and offered us a chance to meet some of the local rock hoppers.
Richard's onto another one here. What do you got, mate? Another?
Drummer.
Oh, drummer this time on the weed.
On cabbage.
All right, now you're going to be able to lift him. You're fishing pretty light, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very light, so I'll need a net, but...
Oh, 8 pound. How good are your knots? Hang on, probably use the rod, don't you think? Just for that bounce. Here we go.
Yeah, you grab the rod, I'll grab the line.
Get him up, we got him. Wow, well done. Just hold him like that, that's beautiful. So that's a drummer. It's only a small one, he'd be a legal size though, wouldn't he?
Yep, you could keep him.
He's a nice size if you want to eat one, but I think we'll get him back in the water. Do you think you might get a bigger one?
Yeah, bigger one.
There we go. I've hooked something on the plastic here. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's a boot, or a red rock cod, or whatever you want to call it. Poor man's lobster. Yeah, you got to be careful with these fish because they've got lots of nasty spikes and stuff on them. So the old rule is, if in doubt, put it back out, and very carefully. I'm just going to get my pliers. Now, believe it or not, the reason they're called poor man's lobster is because people do cook them up, and the flesh does taste a little bit like lobster, but I think he's going to go back in the water, personally. Just wait for a wave to come up's the best way, and here comes one now. Back goes the boot.
Drummer are powerful swimmers and prefer rocky areas with surging waves and white water. During the day, they hide in rock ledges and crevices.
This is Daryl Martin, and what he's got there is some abalone gut. It's the most disgusting bait on the planet. It stinks.
Certainly does, but the drummers seem to love it.
They do, yeah, yep. It gets all over you and it really stains things up, and it's nearly impossible to get off. And you've got a bit of a technique in how you cut it into pieces, is that right?
Sort of, yeah.
Well, do you mind showing us? I've heard about it.
Only when it's after it's been attacked. I usually rip it off because sometimes when your hands are cold, you can't use your fingers, you use your teeth. And my father taught me that one.
So he just pulls what's left off
with your
mouth.
teeth.
That's unbelievable stuff.
When you're in a hurry and the bite's on, you've got to get back in the water pretty quick. So
okay, so it's a desperate measure. And,
yeah.
and what does it taste like, just out of curiosity?
It doesn't really taste like anything. It's pretty horrible, actually.
It's disgusting, I'm sure.
Well, it makes my mother's stomach turn when I do it. So.
Okay, I'm onto another drummer here, but this is actually a silver drummer. These guys actually get much bigger than the black drummer, but he's still pretty small specimen. We're fighting a bit of a losing battle here at the moment. It's a bit calm, not ideal conditions for drummer. We have to go right down to 12-pound lines, small hooks and stuff like that. So if we end up getting a big one, we're almost definitely going to get smashed up, but it's still good fun.
Wherever you find drummer, there's a good chance you'll find blackfish, also known as ludric.
This is young Andrew Finney. His dad's a well-known rider in this area, Greg, and he's starting to do a bit of riding himself, and he's a top young angler. What do you got on there, mate?
Yeah, I've got a blackfish here. It's probably about half a kilo or something.
All right, swing him up. Let's see if we can get him up there now, mate. He's just about beat. Okay, bring him to me. We'll have a look at him. That's the way. See how good he is there, sliding it up on the water. Beautiful fish. Not a bad spot down here you've got. Plenty of options.
Yeah, there's plenty of options down the south coast area.
Is fishing your favourite thing?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Quite obvious. What a silly question. Well done. Away you go.
Blackfish are bread and butter fish off the rocks down south, and they're highly sought after. Best thing is, they have plenty of fighting power, courtesy of a big strong tail. They love weed and cabbage baits, and will also eat bread or prawns, especially if used in conjunction with burley. And despite what some may say, they taste great. Though the fish were average, we had a great day's rock fishing. But rock fishing is just one of many great fishing options in the Shoalhaven region. Just north of Jervis Bay is the Shoalhaven River, a big river with a big fishing reputation. And right near the mouth of the river, Greenwell Point has a reputation for big jewfish. But that's another story, and we're out of time for this week.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for. But before I go, I'd like to say a special thanks to a few people. The Anchor Bay Motel, right here on the water. As you can see, it's straight across the road from the famous Greenwell Point jetty. We didn't get time to fish it, but I've fished it before, and it does fish very well for blackfish, brim, and also the occasional jewfish. Special thanks also to the Greenwell Point Hotel. They have some wonderful meals in there and they looked after us. And it's only a short walk from this place. The guys from McCallum Sports, they're a big help. And also Wes and Luke from the Boat Shed Restaurant in Nowra. Those guys were a barrel of laughs. In fact, the whole Greenwell Point fishing community got behind us and I'm really thankful for that. Until we meet again, I'm Rob Paxavanis and thanks for joining the Fishing Australia team.